like to introduce our Vice Mayor. The floor is yours.
Oh, thank you very much. Good morning, everybody. What I'd like to do this morning is first start out with some thoughts and condolences and some prayers of support for the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office for the recent deputy who was killed in the line of duty. And also for anybody who hasn't heard, the family of Bob Brotherton, who's a former director of public works who passed away recently. So our thoughts and prayers are with them. And usually I start out my talk with DCO with just a state of the city report that the lights work and the toilets flush. But this morning it seems a little insensitive given what Texas is going through. So also just some thoughts and concerns and prayers for the citizens and residents of the state of Texas. And hopefully they'll go through that as well. Next on my list was COVID-19 and some updates on vaccinations. But given the chatter before the meeting, everybody seems as up to date as I am, if not even a little more knowledgeable. But just in case, right, we all need to register at Patient Portal FL. And if you don't have access to the internet, then you can certainly call 844-770-8548. And for more information, you can always visit the covid19.pinellascounty.org/vaccines just for a little more up-to-date information. Just bebopping around the county, the closest county-run site is Palm Harbor Parks and Rec, and they are at 1500 16th Street in Palm Harbor. Another location for the county are in Largo, Pinellas Park, and St. Pete. The city of Dunedin sends out a weekly kind of situation update report. And so if you do need to have more information, just let me know or any of the commissioners know, or City Hall in general, and we'll be more than happy to pass that information on to you. Just some recent stats that we might have. Testing, 2,618 total tests have been completed countywide over the weekend. And we have a 7-day average positivity rate of 5.8%. As far as the vaccines go, on the state level, Governor DeSantis has announced targeted vaccine programs for seniors at Lakewood Ranch in Manatee County. And as far as locally is concerned, in Pinellas County, we have a new vaccine line in Largo that's vaccinating around 2,000 residents per day. He also announced a new vaccination site at Mainlands of Terramac by the Gulf, which is a large residential community near 49th Street North in US 19, where 3,000 people will receive doses by Saturday, with an additional 5,000 doses will be distributed soon at another Pinellas site that I guess hopefully they'll be announcing shortly. And because we are a region, we've talked about Manatee County, just in Hillsborough County, their testing sites have been moved to CDR McGuire, and Hillsborough County has a 7.1% positivity rate, and they've given out 110,533 doses, which is 9.6% of Hillsborough's population. And we will probably see a slight increase in the positivity rates from the Super Bowl. We talked about Shelby. I don't know whether Shelby's on yet, but let's talk Blue Jays. And I don't want to steal Shelby's thunder, certainly, but we have our first home game preseason starts May 1st of 2021. They do have a safety plan in place, which includes 15% capacity, and everybody will be wearing face masks that will be monitored. We will also be playing the first part of our regular season here for the first time ever. So Dunedin will be hosting Major League Baseball in regular season. So that's incredibly exciting. How epic is that? And we do have it on good authority that they are going to win the World Series. Now for the no pressure there, Shelby, at all. Let's talk Gladys property. I know that's been the talk of the town for the last several months, but you may have heard if you tuned into the city commission meeting last night, the city manager did announce that a final agreement has been reached, And so the next step is commission approval. So if you're available Tuesday night, February 23rd at 6 p.m., that contract will come before the commission with discussion and a vote. And the sale price on it was $10 million. The city and the county are contributing $5.5 million. So the remaining $4.5 million actually came from private donation. It came from residents and members of the community. And that's a truly Herculean effort of passion and determination from you, the community. We are the most densely populated county in the state. The purchase of this property speaks to the community's desire for conservation and green space in the county and a much more balanced approach to development. We absolutely could not be here without the community. So thank you all for everybody that was involved in this. It was an amazing effort. The city is working on a 5-year plan for passive recreational improvements to the property, such as canoeing, kayaking, boardwalks, etc. And that's kind of all that I have for you all this morning. The state of the city, I guess, at the end is, yeah, the lights did work and the toilets did flush. Sorry, Texas. That's it.
Well, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Well, this time, the reason we're all here this morning, our program is the Toronto Blue Jays. Shelby Nelson will be our speaker. At this time, just a brief bio. Shelby's earned his 20th year in the Blue Jay organization. And this is his 11th year as Director of Floor Operations. Shelby joined the Toronto Blue Jays in 2001 as the account executive. In 2003, he was promoted to Manager of Production Development and eventually became the Manager of Group Sales. In 2007, Shelby was named Director of Retail Sales before joining the the Dunedin Blue Jays as GM in 2008. He studied sports management at York University in Toronto, Canada, and currently resides in Palm Harbor. We'll overlook that part with his wife and 3 children. And I'll turn the floor over to you, Shelby. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys having me today. It's been definitely a weird year since the last time we chatted 12 months ago around this time. We were really excited to move into our new facility, get spring training going, and then obviously, middle of March we closed down. And ever since then, it's it feels like we got more work going on with less actually happening. It's been quite a challenging year for everybody. We've definitely, worked hard on the side, way too many Zoom meetings, excited to get going for this year. So I was just going to give kind of a summary of what's happened since we closed down. I think it was on March the 12th was our last game. The stadium really hasn't been used too much since. We've had some camps here or there, later on, some minor league camps going on. We haven't had any fans for any of our stuff. We've been very conservative from that standpoint. And our staff at the stadium primarily have worked from home. We started to come back at the tail end of the year to prepare for next year and all the things that we don't know about next year. Now you guys know some of the things we were preparing for, which might be regular season baseball, as Jeff mentioned prior. So I'll get into that in a bit. One of the things that we were continuing on through March and really never slowed down was the construction of our new player development complex, which is where my office currently is and where I'm standing off of Garrison Road next to Garrison Jones. So, we slowed down for about a couple of days, but construction continued on. We were happy to have it all completed by the end of October. For our construction team, we were still going in every single day, obviously taking plenty of precautions and working with our construction team to ensure a safe work environment for everybody. So we got our completion in October. I learned a lot about, it was a lot of fun, everything. It was really an unbelievable experience to be a part of this huge renovation here of 120,000 square feet and the stadium, doing all the things that we did over there. the last 10% of the project is a little less fun when you start to realize all the things that might not have been done correct, might be needed to be replaced, which is what we're going through right now. But, still an amazing accomplishment for the organization, for the city, for everybody else. We're excited to be in here right now. Our first day of pitchers and catchers was actually yesterday. So it went off very well. Everybody's in town. We're definitely using up all the hotel rooms in the area. Players are excited to be here. We have unbelievable precautions from a social distancing aspect. As an example, I'm not in the clubhouse. We have a very limited. Major League Baseball came out with very stringent and very good social distancing policies and procedures, which we're following. Every player's locker 6 feet apart. No dining in the interior, like really getting people outside and protecting them, protecting everybody around them. So that's been a lot of work to go around and go figure some of those things out. Actually, why I was a little bit late this morning was we had an issue I had to go deal with. So I apologize for being a few minutes behind, but so those are kind of, those are the things that we're working on right now. Unfortunately, our player development complex is not open to fans. It's actually only open to people that are seen as tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 individuals. Outside of that, we have a security guard out front and some sheriffs around to prevent people from coming in. And that's primarily due to obviously social distancing and being able to protect the area. Getting into spring training, it's Jeff. I think I do it all the time, March and May, but our opening day is on March the 1st. Commissioner Gao, as he mentioned earlier, we're really excited. We just, I always get April and September mixed up, mostly because that's when a season starts or when it ends for me. So, but we have on March the 1st, we go on sale for tickets on Wednesday of next week, which doesn't give us a lot of time to sell, but we were still working out all of our all the things that we needed to be able to sell tickets here for spring training. So we're excited. We're going to have about 15% capacity. We have normally about 8,000 that we could fit in here, and I can tell you, and I was on the commission meeting yesterday. We are taking every precaution that we can. We are making sure that we have a safe environment for our guests, our staff, our players, and everybody around. So tickets can only be purchased online or over the phone. Our box office is not open. We have touchless entrance points, digital ticketing. There'll be no printing of tickets. Everything will be on your phone to be able to come in. We have social distance, lines for our concessionaire. You'll be able to buy seats, unfortunately, in only 2 and 4 allotments, or they refer to them as pods, so that we can continue to have a social distance ball field here and make sure people are safe. So hanging out with your group and your group only. So those are the things that our team has worked on. We've learned a lot. I surely have not been fully integrated in some of this stuff, but I can tell you it is probably more work to sell 15% capacity than it is to sell the entire place, to be able to figure out the mathematics opposed to how you can have 6 feet in between each seat and how those all work. We've been working with the Toronto Raptors, funny enough, because they're in Tampa right now. We've worked with Amalie Arena. We've worked with other teams that understand how they're doing it, and came up with our own plan. So, that's something that has been an interesting process for everybody, but a huge learning experience for everyone. And, hopefully we have the gratification to see, a successful time at the ballpark when spring training starts and we get to play some games and hear the crack of the bat. I know my son can't wait. I think it's because he gets to skip school and get to go to baseball games, but he can't wait to be able to come back to the ball field and watch. And I hope, I hope we have as many people from the city and local communities that come in and watch the team play and get to see the stadium. To be honest, not enough people got to see the stadium this year. Last year, because we got canceled halfway through. And actually our next 6 games, I believe, were all sold out. So, those are, a good time. I'm sure people are really excited and interested to come down to the games. And then our big announcement yesterday, which was that we'll be having at least the first month of the season, first 2 homestands of the regular season in Dunedin, Florida. So I always knew Dunedin was a big town, big city. We should have big league baseball. So it's going to be pretty cool and pretty exciting for everybody to be able to be here, and the media that's going to accompany it. That's not, media trucks as much as all the TV and stuff that will happen. And, obviously our games are nationally around Canada, or maybe not obviously to this group, but, we own the broadcasting rights throughout the country. So the amount of homes that we're in, and everything will be coming from Dunedin. So it's going to be pretty cool to be able to see our stadium in that light. We've had to upgrade our lights. If some of you guys saw, and then we did that all the way back in June. We put in new LED lights, and you'll probably get to see, we'll be adding some additional lights. Baseball games on TV need a little bit brighter lights than a minor league game. So we're making those small adjustments now that you'll probably see some construction going on within our facilities to prepare the clubhouses for social distancing, something that our clubhouse is obviously specifically from a visiting clubhouse side, we need to expand and do some work over there, but we're super excited. It'll be fun. It'll be fun for the community to get to jump on board and to come to regular season games at our stadium. So right now our setup is going to be pretty much the same as what we'll have at spring training, but we're going to learn a lot from spring training and make sure that we activate that during the regular season. And a little fun fact, but this isn't the first time that Dunedin was going to host the Toronto Blue Jays for regular season games. Back in '94, when the season ended because of a strike. In '95, they were still, looking at, what are they going to do for the season, and there was talk about playing with replacement players. And if that was the case in the province of Ontario, you can't have work with replacement workers. So the best bet was going to be Dunedin, Florida. So there was a chance back in '95 that we were going to play games here too, which is a fun fact that I remember as a fan back then. And I remember the story, and I tell our staff that all the time here. So, that's what's in store here in Dunedin. We're excited about being able to get people back in the community, back downtown, see all the blue, red, and white. That'll be happening in downtown Dunedin with our fans that will be in town, and then also the visiting team as they go. So hopefully everybody in the community gets to, get some additional revenue and gets additional people in their restaurants and bars and obviously social distance and stores in the community, and help build back up. And I know it's been a trying time for everybody, as obviously COVID has hit and affected all of us in many different ways. So that's really, I really wanted to bring it and ask the group if they had any questions for me. I'm happy to answer anything that I can with regards to spring training, our new player development complex, or regular season baseball.
All right, at this point, does anyone have any questions? Just raise your hand. We've got a pretty full house, so you might want to speak up, so if I might miss you.
Hey, Shelby, this is Jorge. Thanks for the update, man. It was a great report. We're really excited. I just wanted to say thank you for acknowledging Doug Hutchins last night at the commission meeting. That's appreciated.
Yeah, thank you. And I should mention that everyone, including obviously yourself and all the support through the construction that you took on, and Vince Gizzi and Doug was, Doug, obviously, as I mentioned yesterday, for those that saw in the commission meeting, and the commissioners and everybody, the support that we got through the construction and through the entire process was unbelievable. I can tell you that, talking from the construction team, and I'm new to a lot of it, but from the permitting aspect and moving things along and making sure that, we had everything we needed not to slow down the project and to get it done. Everyone was amazing, from the city of Dunedin all the way down. The support and the partnership It was definitely a partnership. Everybody, Jorge was involved plenty, a lot of emails, and Doug and Vince and city managers and commissioners and everyone else was tremendous. So we really do appreciate it. It's been for me, it's been quite a 5-year ride to go through it. I'm kind of excited to go to the next step now and start to activate the place. But yeah, it's thank you, appreciate it.
Yeah.
And Commissioner Torringa, we still don't need an outfielder.
Oh, please. I'll play inside. It's okay. Hey, I have a quick question for you, Shelby. One of your favorite subjects, players. Any particular players we're watching this year? Any new players to watch?
Yeah, we do have one. Well, we have a few, but we signed George Springer to a long contract this offseason, probably the most highly touted free agent, or one of them, or at least from the outfield, and we're excited to have him on the club. The team looks great. We made the playoffs. Unfortunately, last year we lost to a team called the Tampa Bay Rays, and hopefully this year we'll extend past it. We have moved to the City of Champions, I guess, here in Tampa for this year, is with the Bucks and the Lightning winning, and even the Rays getting to the World Series. It's hopefully that'll give us a good omen. And as a Toronto Raptors season ticket holder for many years, and seeing them now in Tampa, hopefully it rubs off on them too, and they can get going and start winning some extra games. That would be fun too. So I never thought I'd be in Tampa and get to see a Toronto Blue Jays and a Raptors opening day in Tampa as the home team, but that's what 20 and 21 does. There's some strange stuff that happens for sure.
Hey, I just want to interject real quick. This is Matt Warner, assistant principal for athletics over here at Dunedin High School. I just wanted to give a shout out to Shelby and the Blue Jays, and just let everybody know that I know at the end of last year, or really at the beginning of the baseball season, there was a lot going on, but I want to say that from those conversations, a lot's happened, and it's all been positive. Shelby and I have had a lot of communication, and we've got a season, and it's great that we're going to have those home games there in the stadium. And I'll be the first to admit that I had some hesitation, wasn't sure how that might go for a lot of obvious reasons for an organization as big and as much money involved as the Blue Jays, that they're still letting us come into that organization. And Shelby's been great with the communication and asking about our protocols and us working together. And obviously, the schedules changes on the spring baseball schedule, and then now the Blue Jays coming, so to speak, to their other home is been on our concern, and rightfully so, but we're still at the stadium, and that's just fantastic. There's a lot of excitement for that, and not just for Dunedin baseball from the high school, but all the other high schools that get to come and play in that stadium. Everybody's very excited about that, and I just want to let everybody know that, from where we were in January of last year to where we are now is amazing. And if you haven't had a chance, please drive by. We've got a great practice field that's been put in now, and the Blue Jays have been real helpful with that as well, with equipment and knowledge, because we're trying to take care of our own field now a little bit. So learning curve's been rather steep, but they've been real helpful. So I just want to say that publicly and say thank you, Shelby. You have really stepped up and done everything that you said you were going to do, and we appreciate it very much.
Thank you, Matt. I appreciate those kind words. It's been great working with you through the process, and appreciate the support and flexibility. As he said, we built out a schedule. It looked great. We worked hard in the off season to get that schedule done early, and we did. And then obviously the 1 year we worked really hard to get it done and start a process. Our entire schedule changed a week and a half ago from a Blue Jays perspective, which meant the high school had to make some adjustments in some of their scheduling because some of the days that they were supposed to play a night game, we're now playing a night game. So we had to work together on that. Wasn't ideal from our perspective, but so this group knows that through most of our we're playing in March we'll be playing at our stadium of 23 games in like 27 days or something, and that is Toronto game, Dunedin Falcons, and back and forth. So we're excited to have them here. at our field, and hopefully they'll really both the home team and the visiting team will be excited to play in such a beautiful stadium.
Hey, Shelby, it's Julie. Can you tell us how many games you might play in the first month of regular season?
I can, but now I have to go look back at my my schedule that was sitting on my computer right here. Hold on.
Estimated?
We have 2 homestands.
What is homestand?
Sorry, what was that?
What does homestands mean?
What does homestands mean? That's an excellent question. Homestand is when we play. So we play on our first series. We play 2 separate teams. We have.
It's a group.
It's a grouping of games. So you play 6 games. We're on the road, and then we play another 6 games. I believe it's 12 games, but I should probably know that. So I'm going to while we're talking here, I'm going to get my schedule up in front of me and just make sure I'm correct. As weird as it is and as exciting as it is to have regular season, all focus right now is just getting every game in and getting us prepared and ready for each of those. So for me, at this time of the year, my wife and kids, I don't know what day of the week it is. It's the 19th because unfortunately, or fortunately, actually, we're just here every day. There is no weekends at this point. I think there's 3 days off that our players aren't here. But to answer that question, first 2 homestands is 8th through the 14th and 27th through the 2nd. So it's the Angels, the Yankees, the Nationals, and the Braves.
Very cool. Thank you.
Shelby, this is Phyllis. I'm next door at the library. Well, at your old location, by the stadium. Do you know, are those regular season games going to be in the evening?
Yes, except for the weekend. So we have a couple of Sunday games. So those will be in the afternoon. So we have 6:37 starts, and then 3:07 start on a Saturday and 1:07 on a Sunday for both the 10th and 11th and the 1st and 2nd.
Okay, because I think we're the only library that's located next door to a spring training and now a regular season facility. So I like to brag about it. Books and baseball.
It'll be very cool. It'll be a real good experience, and I hope we fill it up with Dunedinites. Is that a term, Dunedinites? I'm going to go with it anyways. I'm a Torontonian, so that sounds weird by itself.
Dunedinites is it.
All right, perfect. Well, I'm no longer a Torontonian. It's been 12 years, so I can't say that.
Peter, do you have a question?
Thanks, Larry. No, it got answered. I was, as a lifelong Red Sox fan, I was hoping that the Red Sox were going to be in that first couple of homestands, but alas.
Thank you. Yeah, the company I used to work for was stationed in Boston, and I had to listen to the Red Sox stories all the time. But based on the Rays were having some pretty hard startup years, so I had to listen to that, and I had to listen to the Bucks. But guess who's bragging a little bit now? But I have to admit, I used to do Little League. I'm not sure if y'all still. Of course, it's been a few years, but when the Blue Jays let us use your baseball fields for the Little League for the junior level and up, and it was amazing that for us the Dunedin teams, we practiced there, we played there, but we had visiting teams come and play at y'all's practice facility. It was amazing that those kids walking in the gate, they're standing by your signs out there, they're Toronto Blue Jays, whatever, and they're having their pictures taken and everything. It was really a big deal to them. It was pretty impressive to watch and see as they came in, especially with the first game of the season there. It was, they were in awe as they walked through the gates. You're like, I can't believe I'm here.
I can tell you I'm a proud Dunedin Little League, I guess more of assistant coach for the last few years. my son is actually playing travel ball this year, but somehow I'm back in Dunedin Little League and doing both because I really love the people there. They've done a tremendous job. The coaches that volunteer their time, Susan, the president, but you know, everyone around there. I've been there since, I guess, for the last 4 years as coach or assistant coach throughout it, and the people there, the dedication from that Little League, and I've been to other ones around town. With family or friends, and you know, an amazing job by Dunedin Little League. They do a tremendous job of just the passion and the amount of people that play in such a smaller community and go there. It's impressive. And it was sad when I told them I was leaving, trying to make it. It wasn't a personal thing for me, but my son, you know, wanted to do some travel, but somehow after leaving for 2 weeks, I'm back signed up. I already paid and I was in, so coach already put us on their team, and so I'm back. I'm happy to be back because I felt really guilty not being around. So I'm happy to still be a part of them, and hopefully for a while.
I appreciate your support.
Somehow our team is always the Blue Jays. I don't know how that ends up happening. It must be a coincidence.
It's a sheer fluke, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Hey, Larry, I just want to pipe in that maybe if Shelby can keep the team around for the rest of May, you'll get to see your Red Sox come to town.
I got abused by from my corporate headquarters. I got abused on a regular basis years ago anyway.